Hey, well, welcome to the channel. It's Monday. It's about, probably a little bit after 12 o'clock. And I thought I'd come up to the city. Somebody had asked me to find the Night Bazaar Inn, and we're going to do that today. I want to thank everybody that's joined the channel. I hope you enjoy the content, and we'll keep trying to make it interesting and tell some stories and just tell you a little bit about Thailand. But a couple weeks ago, somebody had asked me about River Market. And I told them it was closed down. Well, I come by today and they're just taking it down. Hello. Amazing. This place was beautiful. You could really get a good meal here. But apparently they've sold the property and going to put something else up here. I guess that's the way it goes. But there's the old sign, the River Market. Right there. And right over here, you got the Iron Bridge right on the other side. But I don't know if they'd let me walk through there or not. Just a shame. Unbelievable. But that's what COVID's done to Chiang Mai, unfortunately. I did see where Duke's is going to open up a store in another restaurant down in Hang Dong. My wife and I saw that yesterday. But anyway, let's get walking here, and I got a little story to tell you today. You hear a lot about the Thai women that do, the bad things and, just are the bad part of a relationship. And not many people talk about the foreigners that are up here. And I can guarantee you there are as many no good foreigners in relationships as there are Thai women. I'm going to tell you about one. It's a guy that I met when I first came up here. And we, in our little group that ran around together, we nicknamed him Bullshit. That's when we talked about him and referred to him. That's what we referred to him as, Bullshit. Because anything we'd talk about or anything that we had, he always had better. He always had more money than we did, but it was funny when we come time to pay the bill, he'd always have a problem. But he's kind of an interesting guy. I didn't dislike him. I kind of liked him because he was kind of funny. And once you realize somebody's full of the bull, you can get some enjoyment out of being friends with them or being around them, just listening to the stories. And he was married to a woman, and they had a decent house and stuff, and she was working, and as far as I know, she was even, contributing to the rent of the place, because as much as he said he was rich and had all this money, and I think that's what he told her when they first got together, it turns out that he really didn't have a pot to piss in. When it came time to do his reports for to get his visa extension, he'd always have to scurry around and fiddle-faddle with this and that to show that he had enough money to stay in the country. And I think a few times he actually had to pay the 20,000 baht for somebody to make up the forms for him, because he didn't have jack shit. But somehow or another, this guy could talk his way through a brick wall. I mean, it's just amazing. She finally got fed up with him and took off on him and just kind of left him high and dry. Now, I think we still have to go down further, I think, to find the Night Bazaar Inn. She finally got fed up with him, and she hauled ass on him. And, we were all sitting around wondering, how is this guy going to survive without, the contributions that she make? He couldn't afford the house by any means. You know, so we're all thinking, you know, what's gonna happen to him? And he's, you know, he's borrowing money from friends and stuff, and doing his own laundry and his own cooking for a couple weeks. And then lo and behold, sure enough, this guy, you know, there's some people that can fall into and he did it again. He finds this other girl that, let me see where I'm going here. I bet you I'm going in the wrong direction. It's supposed to be a road here that goes down to the right to the Night Bazaar. This is a beautiful, beautiful Chinese temple. And right over there used to be the downtown inn. Over on the other side, I believe it was on the other side. It could have been down here, but I think it was on the downtown inn, and they ended up tearing that place down for numerous reasons. One of which is people kept dying in the hotel, and they finally figured out, I believe they figured out it was the place had been sprayed for bed bugs, and they had used some really lethal stuff. There's the red line right there. But anyway, back to bullshit. He meets this other girl. Hello. Hello. Oh, I'm okay. Thank you, though. Thank you. I'm fine. Okay. Okay, I think we want to go down this street. We're going to go down here anyway. But anyway, yeah, he meets this girl, and she's got a really good job. And let me tell you, this guy's nothing to look at. He's in his early 70s. No, it's not down here. I'm lost again. Oh, we'll go out to the main road. The Hard Rock Cafe that hasn't opened up yet. And this, it looks like they've got some stuff going here too. At night, there's quite a few people out here. But back to the story again. This girl, you know, she's well educated, has a really, really good job, and she moves in with him, and naturally she's paying most of the bills because he don't have nothing. And how he lands these women, I have no earthly idea, because like I said, he's in his 70s. He's quite a bit heavier than I am. And the only thing that I can imagine is his bullshit's a lot better than mine is or anybody else's. But anyway, she moves in with him, and they're living together. And he's got life pretty easy, from the best I can tell. And sometimes when we'd all get together, you know, in the afternoons, we'd go get something to eat. And there was this little bar that we'd stop at, and you know, I'd sit there and drink a Coke, and they'd have a beer or something, sit there and talk and bullshit. And there was this waitress there, and he got his eyes on her. I mean, he's, you know, we get ready to go, he's just all over this girl, and we're all kind of sitting there laughing. Because one of the other waitresses, she notices it. You know, this is going on for about a week and a half. And she comes up to the table and she goes, you know, I don't know why you're messing with that girl. You know, she's got a girlfriend. Which, you know, is not uncommon here. It's no big deal. That's just kind of the way it goes. I think we'll walk up this way. Because I think the hotel that I'm looking for is here. And there's the Night Bazaar right there. But, you know, she flat out tells him, you know, you're wasting your time with her. And guy's going nuts over this girl. And she's really nothing to look at. Yeah, they're set up inside too. And this goes on for about a month or two. He's taking her to the mall and buying her clothes and taking her out to dinner, and he's spending this other girl's money, I'm sure, because he doesn't have, you know, he's got a real small pension that he's living off of. But this goes on for quite some time, and this girl, you know, this girl is, you know, hey, here's this Farang gonna spend money on me. I'm gonna take it. And the funny thing was, we knew that what was going on, and we couldn't convince him otherwise. He was just, you know, kind of struck. And the girl's girlfriend, most of the time, was sitting right there in the bar, and she'd see all this. She'd just sit there looking at, staring at him, and I'm sure she's benefiting from it as well. So she didn't make any attempt to stop it. Well, this went on for about 3 or 4 weeks, and he's sitting there one day with her by himself, and we weren't with him, and his girlfriend drives by and sees him, and she gets out of the car and just gets right in his face, you know, just getting both of their faces. And the girl says, hey, you know, I didn't know, you know, I'm just he's wanting to buy me all this stuff and do all this stuff, and you know, I'm just sitting back taking it in. And they ended up, the place where this girl worked ended up getting rid of her. And his other girlfriend left him. She just went back and packed her stuff up and moved out, and left him high and dry. Now this is the Night Bazaar Inn, and it looks pretty nice. I'll walk around the front. I don't know what. Oh, okay. I should have turned right down there on that other street. We'll walk out this way to the road. Yeah, this is nice. I love this old style wood. And you get all kinds of places to eat around here. Really nice decor. Night Bazaar Inn Boutique Hotel. And we'll walk out here to the road. But anyway, the last I heard, he's moved from here. I haven't seen him in a long time. He ended up, he couldn't keep the house going, and he's left the province. No telling where he is or what he's up to, but and the whole time he's still married to this first woman. He's never divorced her. So I don't know what he's doing now, but he is not the only one. There are quite a few stories I can tell about foreigners here that are just as bad as some of the women that everybody talks about. And it's not uncommon for a foreigner here to have 3 or 4 girlfriends. Just depends on how much money they have. See if I can get it. Yeah, there I am. Hello. Hey, this hat was given to me by one of my subscribers that came from Colorado with her 2 sons, and I met him for lunch, and they brought me a hat, and we talked for a little bit, had a real good time. Now they're back in Colorado now, and they said they just had a wonderful time here. So if you're if you want to come, now's the time to come. You know, the crowds are not that big. You know, things are looking up. Now the government, this is something that just came up. The government has started asking these hotels to, wow, they're gutting this place out good. The government has started asking the hotels to raise their prices up and have 2-tier pricing. one price for Thai people and another price for foreigners, and the hotels are just, they're not going to do it. I don't see that happening. Here's the Ram Bar. They're fighting it tooth and nails. They said it's basically suicide if they do that, and I agree with them. I just don't think it's a good idea. They have dropped the visa fees, or they're talking about dropping the visa fees for people who come in here. It's a good place to eat right here on the left too, and a couple more places up on the other side. Now these places used to be shower massages, and they've both gone out of business. But we'll walk back down this way towards the car. But yeah, you know, you can't say that the Thai women are all that bad and the foreigners are all that good, because, like I said, there's as many bad ones, bad foreigners here, as there are Thai women that'll reach out and take your money. And really, honestly, in my opinion, if you're stupid enough to fall for that and get into that situation, you know, you're your own worst enemy. A lot of these guys come here and they think it's a great idea to find a young wife, you know, and have the trophy wife, and it's not good. It's wrong in so many different ways, because number one, when you die, what's she got to fall back on? Absolutely nothing. Not unless you leave her a bunch of money, which most of them don't do. So, you know, what's the future? But then you go back to Thai culture, and, you know, we all know this. Thai people live from day to day. You know, they don't worry about what they're going to do tomorrow or how they're going to eat tomorrow. They're worried about how they're going to eat today. So I think that's what a lot of these girls look at. They'll ride it out and do the best they can. You know, so, you know, if you're 60, 70 years old and your girlfriend's 20, you know, do the math. You're going to go before she does. Yeah. And, you know, you got to think about stuff like that. But a lot of them don't. Now we ate here. This place has pretty good food. OMG restaurant and bar and restaurant. Looks like they got some good bakery stuff. And there you have the Iron Bridge. Well, I'm going to end this video here. I appreciate y'all stopping in and watching. Please leave some comments, click like. It helps the video out. It helps it get out to more people. And the more comments it has, the more YouTube is likely to throw it out there, so other people will get to see it. But anyway, I'm headed to get something to eat, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.